shine. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. Live from Brazil, it's your boy Marky Saint's Addiction. My hat's around here somewhere, but the message is more important than the logo. See, it just turned out that I wanted to talk about virtues and morals and focus. See, yesterday I witnessed a bunch of Saturday hooking up on the beach, and I know it's beach life. But I literally witnessed like one individual kiss three different individuals, and I thought, is that real love? Is that what I want? That if I'm kissing a one person and I'm giving them my juiciest, loving embrace, and they give it to somebody else, was it real in the first place? And I asked this question because I've done some slutting around in my life, not gonna lie. Your boy's not perfect. I never pretend to be, but I definitely don't share energy with people that don't reciprocate it with me. And it's unfortunate, but it's true. There's a lot of hoeing going around, and the ho season's happening. It's almost Christmas time. And I know people get lonely, and I know we all want magic. I know we all want love. It's just part of who we are. But I think we all really desire something more realistic, something more tangible, something less fleeting. And this is why I talk about addictions. I talk about that feeling of, the surge of a cocaine rush, the surge of a sugar rush, these excitements that we get, or fake excitements, and all of a sudden the roller coaster ride's over and you're back to the end of the line. I've been searching for a long time for true love. Like most people, it's come close, but hasn't hit the mark. And the reason I say this is because we live in a world where we're glued to our phones, dating apps, hoping that the next person in front of us is as real, honorable, and genuine as the love that we give. And there's where I come up with the respect of love. The ability for us to love one another and truly give everything we got. It's a lot of energy. We walk past each other with a lot of energy. We notice each other. We're afraid to make eye contact because we know the amount of electricity in an eyeball-to-eyeball interaction. And when that happens, electricity fills us. We feel the butterflies in our stomach. We feel our heart jump a beat. And that's something that's been universal since the dawn of time. And then there's also the subversiveness of it, the sexuality of it, the quick, I want to get it and take it and then abuse it and then I'm over with it. And I wondered to myself, is it worth it? Out loud, wondering with you guys, is it worth it if it isn't realistic? Do you want to engage with it if it's not genuine? And do you even want to try it if it isn't long lasting? This is the same for love as it is for drugs. Love is my favorite drug. I love getting hooked on love. I'm a big proponent of love. I'm a hopeless romantic. I've always been that way since I wrote poetry as a young kid in my English class, and my English teacher called me out on it. She said, "You say you're a hopeless romantic," and I always still remembered that about her. These statements are true to me. They're true to my friendships. They're true to my business. Is this honor? And I talked about integrity the other day, straight out of the lips of Warren Buffett himself. He says you can't buy integrity. You can't buy respect, and you can't buy someone's honestness. And it's so true. When the chips have fallen down, were they honest with themselves, or are they just lying so they can get ahead? And sure, the hare gets ahead pretty fast, but eventually the hare takes a break in the race. The rabbit just takes time off and literally chases something else. And unfortunately, it's this inconsistency that happens in people with their business, their behavior, and eventually their love life. And Papa Was a Rolling Stone was a famous song way back in the 60s, 70s, but the truth is it's still one of these interesting facts is that we can talk about the birds and the bees, and the bee going from flower to flower, flower to pollinate, but we're not insects, we're mammals. And when we choose to procreate, with alpha, beta, whatever situation we do as mammals, right? We tend to group ourselves together with the groupthink and the norm, or whatever it is. Like, as long as I get mine, I'm okay with it. Well, I have a different perspective, and call me old school, but, I don't want something that everyone can have. How about that? I don't want something that can be easily taken away from me, and what I got can't be bought. And that's just what I feel. The energy that we have, the energy that we give each other is amazing. It's something that they can't even fathom in a science lab or in a measured in a beaker or something. Real love, true love, we can't explain it. We tried tracking our brains. We've tried looking at it in a lens, and they said that love looks a lot like insanity, as far as things going up and down, left, right, or straight. And unfortunately, it's so true. The insanity of it is that we risk it for the biscuit. We risk it all for just a moment in time for us to be able to find real love, find some peace and quiet, unlike what I'm getting right now. I start the show, it's been quiet for over an hour, and all of a sudden, as soon as I start the show, the energy goes. And that's what I wanted to know, is where's your energy go? Does it go from lip to lip, hip to hip? Or do you give it from your heart, from the start, and keep it going? And that's something that I don't know if most people really realize. They don't really get that. There's a lot of us getting onto something. This is what we got going on here. This is my. I'm trying to record something, and he just does what he wants to do instead of all of us got it going on. So I asked them to be quiet, because that's what we do with respect for human beings. We don't want to all hear the same thing, and we don't all want to share the same lips. If it's shared, is it magic? It's a question I've asked from many people. Is shared magic? I believe that it's individual. Call me crazy. I live around a bunch of friends and the Burning Man culture and polyamory, and everybody's getting a hit of this and a hit of that, and they're both hitting it, and then it's not long lasting. It changes like the relationship status on Facebook. And like I said, call me old school, but I want something more longer lasting. I would like for something that's more befitting to a real love than something of a fake love, or I got mines, but then they gave it to somebody else. So did you really get it, or did you give it? And that's one of the things that I want never to do, is give my energy to someone that can't reciprocate it, someone that's going to abuse it, and someone that's going to use it and just use me and my body and my soul and the love that I give and just give it away freely to somebody else. That bugs me. It bugs me that people use love as like toilet paper. They just wipe their ass with it and then flush it away. And unfortunately, that's not what real love is. That's lust. And we haven't learned the difference between the two. One's a 7 deadly sin, and it's a deadly sin. Maybe get an STD, chase somebody that's not chasing you, and you make financial, mental, and physical decisions that end up impacting you later down in the road. I'm only giving this out because it's true. I only speak the truth. That's what saints do. It's unfortunate, but it's true. I've been on the other end of the stick, both ends of the stick. I've been on the taker and the giver, and unfortunately I'm embarrassed to be a taker, and it's never really paid me any real dividends to take someone's true love and manipulate it for my own ego, wiping it all over, like I said, toilet paper, and then throwing it away as if someone's human emotions and energy isn't worth the vitality of love that we give it. And there's so much to give. When we give, we can be such better human beings. When we give for reals, from our heart from the start, not manipulating it, not from what we can get out of it, but what we really give, like from genuine pieces of ourselves, it becomes amazing. It becomes something that lights us up, and that's human energy. And that's what I'm always talking about, that halo above our heads. And that's what I really believe was in the 14th, 15th century when they're designing halos and they're putting gold auras around people's head. That's when people do the best that they can do. They light up the world, and that's what saints do. We light up the world. We make things better, and we stop living in the the end of the fickle, the pretentiousness, the feeling of shortage, like I better get mine because it might run out. That's fear-based. Love-based is giving, unlimitless. When you love somebody, man, they could take the shirt off your back and your tennis shoes. You're okay with it. You'll smile in front of that face. You'll be like, thank you for sharing that love, because you know they would do the same for you. And that goes from your business to your friendships to your love life. And this is just who we are. Our morality compass, the moral compass, and where we point it will dictate what kind of person we are. And not that I'm starting a religious belief, but this has happened before. Puritans, what's the other ones? Your boys, I'm thinking the Pilgrims. There's just so many people that have reached into the world of trying to be better people. And sure, most of this comes out through religion, but we can practice it daily without a book, without a deity, without even choosing a branding of a religion for the rest of your life. No, you can just choose to be a better person and be like, look, if you want to join on this train is true. It'll point north and go there all the way with you. But the moment you don't buy a ticket, the moment you start kicking people off the train, is the moment you stop getting a ride. And that's your morning marijuana motivation time. On my heart from the start, your boy Marky Saint, Saint's Addiction. I'm up in this. There's my hat right here. I'm up in this show. Thank you for watching. If you got anything out of it, do share, subscribe on Instagram, YouTube, and we be blowing it up with the truth. That's your morning marijuana motivation. Peace and love. And as always, Chigathon, that means goodbye but not forever. And I'll see you on the other side. Peace.